Hi guys, welcome back to my channel if you're new here. My name is Abby and today I am doing some plant chores. If you saw my last video, you'll know that I've not been doing a great amount due to just life. But today I have a moment, so I'm going to do some plant chores and I'm so excited about it. I did a lot of watering yesterday, like just sporadically throughout the day, as and when I could. But I noticed loads of new growth and I wanted to show that, and I also needed to just prune some plants because, like I keep saying, my bedroom, so this room, and my office, which is where the pigs and the plants are, we have the electric radiators on 24/7 because it is still really cold here, so they're drying out really quickly. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of like older leaves kind of like yellowing off, so I'm going to take you around and just kind of give you an update, and yeah, we'll just do some plant chores together. So you would have seen this in my last video if you watched it. This is like one of my favorites at the moment. It's still a favorite. The variegation isn't great on this plant, but we all know that's not the highly variegated one. This is a bit better. And it does look like there's some sort of kind of like fenestrations. I think it's like these ones. I don't think it's secondary. And also these walls are freshly painted like a couple of months ago, and I don't know if it's the plants or whether it's like the spiders, but I keep finding little trails everywhere. I don't see how it can be the plants because obviously this leaf is new and it's only just touching that, but I did have my Rhaphidophora there. But yeah, that's some of the new growth, which is so exciting. I'm keeping a really good eye on that. I've got this window here and my window is here. So it's really, this Rhaphidophora is not in the best position. It's a really big plant, so I kind of like kept it there. I've just done some dustering because it gets so dusty in here, just like everywhere. But I do want to kind of go around and dust these leaves a bit. And again, this house, like I've said before, we're renovating it downstairs, but the dust travels. And we do keep these doors closed, but I do find it is a lot more dusty than living in the flat above a motorway. So I am going to go ahead and just dust these leaves, and I'm going to use a baby wipe. And I know people are probably going to scream at me, but it's what I do. I've done it for years. It's caused no harm, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. Can you also believe that the chest of drawers that you're on, I found on Facebook Marketplace? I'll show you an overview after. But I absolutely love, I love getting pieces of furniture off Facebook Marketplace. I'm not a kind of person, and I never will be someone to go out and buy a piece of furniture. The only time I've done that is recently when we were kitting our flat out because obviously we lived there, we only used one bedroom, so we were really quite short for time, so we had to buy some furniture from IKEA for the second bedroom, for it to actually be a bedroom rather than just what we used it for, like studio kind of storage. But yeah, I absolutely love it, and it was like £35 I think, or maybe less, and it was really cheap. And I was going to restore it, but I really like the kind of colour it is. I'm really into that leaving the wood the kind of natural colour now rather than refurbishing it. I'll see if I can put a picture on the screen. I don't know if I've got before and afters, but this is what I did to the flat, the furniture, and these pieces of furniture were in quite a bad way. I think we got the chest of drawers for £20 and the wardrobe was quite expensive in my opinion. It was 40. But that was back in the day. That was about 5 years ago. And I was planning on doing it with this, but I'm not going to do that. I think I'm just going to leave it because I really, really like the look of it. But yeah, this plant it's not coming up, but it is super, super dusty. And it's growing really well. And it's just living in a dark corner. It's really crazy. Back in the flat, this was hidden behind the wardrobe I just showed you, next to the window, but it didn't ever get direct light. And it was kind of in a way where it didn't get the best light, so I think that's why it's used to it. But when I gave it good light, I was getting leaves this big. Can you see? It's bigger than my hand. But then because that was like when I had it in the light, and then obviously it's outgrown its moss pole again, so now the leaves are getting smaller, which is fine. But wow, this is a big one. I didn't notice that one. But yeah, I obviously do prefer the bigger leaves. But I can kind of like, I'll show you, I can kind of trail it up here, which was my plan. I just haven't got around to doing it yet. So I might do that now. I don't know. It's another one where you see you've got, I don't know if you can see it, but there's lines up here, like a trail. And there's loads of bugs in here because we're in an old house. I'm not used to that. But yeah, I quite like this plant in this position, so I will leave it here. So we're now in the pig plant office room, whatever you want to call it. You know, the other place where we kind of like live. It is really messy in here, and because it's a small space, you can kind of tell a bit quicker than normal. But I'm going to go ahead and check out my plants. I did bring one plant in here, and I'll turn you around and show you it. This lipstick plant has lived outside in the corridor since we moved in here. So 2 months now, actually. That's gone like really quickly. So it has lived in the corridor and it has been going yellow, and my husband's been like, Abby, I really like that plant, it's one of my favourites, can you not kill it? So he's been saying that like literally like every week. And I could see how it was declining, so I bought it in here, but I don't have a space for it yet. So long story short, I'm gonna find a space for it. So this is the plant I was talking about that doesn't look too happy. It's super wrinkly, if you can see, and there are strands on this plant, like this one, that just aren't happy. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the yellow leaves off, like I've had a little start, because there's no point in them being on there and it doesn't look nice, and kind of just, I think until I take them off, my husband will continue to say it's still not happy. Obviously there's no going back from yellow, but we'll just eliminate that. And then the easiest way to see if a plant is continuing to decline is to, in my opinion, to take off, I might cut that, oh, I've got scissors right here, to take off all the yellowing leaves, all the bad leaves, and then you can see if it's just getting progressively worse. In my opinion, I quite like that. I know some people say you shouldn't take off kind of like the dying leaves because it kind of shocks the plant, and then some people say you should take them off because then the energy of the plant can go into new growth. But I think it's one of those things, it's each to their own, do what you want to do kind of thing. I'm taking off a lot here, which is not that good. And actually this is a beautiful plant, and I had it in like eye view above, I think it was above the my guinea pig's looking at me. I think it was above the sink in the flat, so it had lots of like humidity. So I think it's used to that. Although this has lived in the corridor for X amount of weeks. Before that, it was living in our bathroom. So lots of humidity, but very cold because it was in the bathroom windowsill. And actually, I think you guys might actually be a little bit annoyed with me. I might show you, I might not, I'm embarrassed. Oh, well, that piece wanted to come off. My philodendron golden dragon, as we all know, which was a bushless plant for so long, I put that, because it's such a wide plant, it's like kind of like just big, and I'm really limited for space, and I know this is no excuse. That was in the windowsill in the bathroom, and now it's got one leaf left, and that leaf is really yellow, so I might chuck that out today, which is really sad, but I don't know, I kind of knew it was going to die, and it was causing me problems anyway, which is, I know is so bad, I feel awful, but all of this move came at such a busy time. I've been kind of like, I pre-recorded a lot of stuff, but I've been absent for, I don't know if you guys know, I've been absent for about 5 weeks, but yeah. I'm trying to get back into it now. I'm starting to get used to the way life is now. I keep hinting about this and I feel like people already know, but yeah, it's it's a busy time for me. And my husband, obviously, he helps just as much as me, but yeah. And with that said, when I actually found when I found spider mites, it was the day before the big day. So I was like severely stressed, but it's all worked out. I don't think I put my varicosum back there. I've been checking on it. I don't think I know it doesn't have spider mites anymore. It recovered really well, and it seemed to be localized on that one leaf I found, if you saw that video. I'm happy with that. That looks really cool. There are some like dead ends, which I'm probably going to go ahead and cut off, but you may as well kind of just had to check I was recording then. It's been so long. And it's like I said before, it's really cold here still. It's like April. And not so long ago when my dad came to visit, it was like glorious. Like we went to an antiques roadshow. Not the roadshow, I think that's actually a brand. We went to an antique show. It was boiling. My husband was working in the garden, got like a tan. And then it's just cold again. It's like minus at night time. But hey, we're in England and it's expected. It was actually snowing as well not so long ago. So yeah. But yeah, this is it. It looks much happier now. I just need to know where to place it. That's left the ring patch and it's not wet. It's weird. Oh, it is damp. Yeah, so I did really just water it. Where can I put this? That's the problem. I'm going to put it on the windowsill. I'll put it on the windowsill. Here it is. So this is the Philodendron Golden Dragon, and this is the one leaf. Well, it's technically got two leaves, but yeah, that's it. So it's got new growth points, which is what is stopping me throwing it out. It's got quite a few little growth points, but it needs to go. It's obviously been far too cold here. That reminds me I've got a coffee to have. But yeah, it probably doesn't help that I leave these open, but we don't have a extractor fan in here at the moment because the electrician took them out because they weren't in use. So we have to open the windows, but I do believe that's all cold damage. What do you guys think? I definitely think it is. I know you can see dots, but you know, like those little specks. Look how dry my hands are. But all my philodendrons have those. But yeah, it makes sense for it to be cold damaged. So I thought I had a lot of plants to attend to in terms of sorting the leaves out, but I don't. Maybe this one. I usually just kind of lightly give it a little, and if it stays on there, it stays on there. So no, that's fine. Down here is, obviously this is the culprit, and I've still got these on, although it's been over 4 weeks now, so I could probably go around and take them off. It needs a water. Can you just see how droopy that is? And it's literally just being watered. Honestly, like that's why my hands are so dry, because it just sucks the absolute moisture out of the room, which is fine when you've got high humidity because of the damp. But yeah, here we go. This is what I'm trying to show you. I think there's another leaf getting worked on there for the tie. Nothing too exciting. I love this tie. This leaf is like all the way down here, and this was already yellowing when I got it. It looked like it had thrips at some point. That's what I think that is. But I've had that for like ages now, and it's always been fine for me. And then I have a new, this also needs a water as well. New leaf, haven't had a new leaf for well over a year, maybe longer, so I need to water him. Although it does look quite damp there, doesn't it? It is damp. I'm gonna put it in the window. Oh, that is so cool. This is another like plant I got in November 2020. Yeah, November 2020. And it's always had 1, 2, 3 leaves. It grew, I think this is the newest leaf, which was like maybe a year ago. And then this one. How cool is that? I remember the first time this plant it's given me 1 leaf. I remember the first time that came out, and I was like, Christ, that's so small. But obviously it grows. Whereas a lot of other plants will grow the length of their leaf when they're furled up and then just unfurl. But that one I was just like, is that normal? And then and then yeah, everything else is looking okay. So I'm gonna go water this guy, this, and I think everything else is fine. That's fine. Oh, this needs a water. Can you see? Can you see how wrinkly that is? Probably not. And I've also been clearing all these predatory mites off as well, because they only live for 4 weeks. It's been well over that. So I've just been clearing these off. And I actually tried that on here with the Hoover, and I'm an idiot. I hoovered them very gently, not actually the leaves, just like had the Hoover away from the leaf so it would suck up the thing, but the leaf got sucked into the Hoover a few times. And that's the newest leaf there that I showed you last time, but I'm going to go water these. I'm going to show you my my philodendron mammae cutting. I'm talking 2+ months ago I cut this as a wet stick. I have been keeping an eye on it, making sure the Tupperware isn't overly wet. I mean, you can see here it's kind of got the humidity in it. It's not soaking. But yeah, nothing is happening. Nothing at all. It kind of looks like it's rotting at the bottom. You see that white? I don't know how to focus you. Let me just put this down. So, are you gonna work? This is why people don't use their telephones, but I do. Yeah, it kind of seems like it's rotting. It's not wet though. No, I suppose humidity can still make that happen. But yeah, nothing at all, like absolutely nothing from this. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's in like a bed of moss. And when I was cutting this, everyone was like, "I'll do it this way, do it this way." And most people said moss, and I actually had some moss. And I just found this Tupperware when we were moving. So I put it in this, nothing has happened. So I'm feeling a bit discouraged, but if you know how I can progress the growth of this, let me know. It's actually in the windowsill and it gets sun all day round. So it's getting plenty sun, obviously not from the top, but it comes like through here. And it's clearly got enough humidity in there. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I normally propagate wet sticks via water, just put them in a jug of water. I actually have an old marmalade jar here, so I can probably clean that up and use that if I need to. But what would you do? Would you continue just leaving it, even though it's been 2.5 months, or would you try something else? Let me know. That's pretty much it for my watering and plant care. There wasn't as much as I thought, which was really cool. It was really cool because I thought I had a ton of stuff to do, but I don't. I have been asked a few times, and that's why I've left it to the end of the video, to show you the progress of the house. And I'm kind of tempted to show you, but I'm also tempted to leave it and give you a big update. But I might show you one room just as a sneak peek into the renovation. So if you're interested, continue watching. If you're not, then thank you for watching. But I'll take you downstairs and show you a bit of a sneak peek and show you what my husband's been working on this week. So this is the kitchen. People come in here and they're like, "What room is this?" I'm like, it's obviously the kitchen. So this is the kitchen. We took off all the plaster because it was the wrong kind of plaster, and he's spent the whole week, or obviously like less, but taking out all of this like mortar. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of like, it usually sits over the stone. And I'll put a picture in of a bit of an inspiration picture, but he's worked really hard on that, and we've got some repairs to do, some holes to fix, like this one down here. This is going to be the kitchen wall, so we're going to have like the kitchen here. This is all going to be exposed stone. It's going to be really, really nice, kind of lime mortar, pointed like in the pictures, and we're going to have some like really nice raw timber shelves here, nice kind of antique pendant light things here, lots of plants. He's putting me a shelf up here because we need to reinforce that, so putting something here underneath it, and it's going to stick out a bit, and it's going to be a shelf. This door frame's going to go, and that's going to hold that up. So a shelf for the plants. It's super bright in here, but we've had curtains over this for, well, ever since we bought this place, because we don't really want people seeing inside our little renovation project. And the final thing I'm going to show you is this piece of furniture that I picked up for free. Someone was getting rid of it. Can you see? This is what I mean. We didn't pick this up so long ago. Crazy. So yeah, we picked that up for free. It's beautiful. It's a solid piece of wood, and I love it. I'm not sure where it's going to go yet. And we picked up its sister, and I'll show you where that is. We also picked up another piece, but I can't show you because it's kind of in the corner and it's just the back of it. But yeah, I always like look at Facebook Marketplace, and if it's local, then we go get it. He's actually out this morning, collecting some free bricks, because we need 6,000, I think, to build part of a wall. The rest is going to be like stone, and he's got about 30 tons of the same Yorkshire stone as the house. So yeah, I thought I would just show you that little bit of an update. I know quite a few people are asking, and I did my house tour so long ago, and I'm talking about how I'm renovating, and I've showed you nothing since. But if you are interested in following, I do keep our Instagram page up to date, which is called Our Yorkshire Cottage, and I'll put it on the screen. I do keep that up to date, less over the last month, and for, again, obvious reasons. Not obvious reasons. But yeah, we are progressing on, or he's progressing on. I'm really proud of him, and I'm super excited. And I'm really enjoying that it's getting like, it's lighter in the evenings now, so he can work for longer. He's been working till like 9 at night. But it's just been, it's nicer working in the light rather than, you know, having to have floodlights on and it be cold as well as dark. So at least it's just cold and light now. It's a bit nicer. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.